All right.
You think so?
Yeah.
Should we just record the whole thing? Or
Yeah, let's just go for it.
Recording? Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming to the Cheap Seats. We would like to introduce our 3 viewers to our new guest tonight.
Yeah. Go ahead.
His name is JR. JR, go ahead and give us a hello.
Hello. I'm JR.
Yeah, just make sure you talk close to it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's our biggest problem, is our fucking audio.
It's always the audio.
It's always the audio.
JR and Jaime, and Barry and Jay.
Everybody knows us.
Everybody. World famous, like I said.
With our 15 viewers.
Yep.
All 7 of them.
51.
41 views on that last one.
Huh.
I think. I don't know, actually. It
haven't
might have
gone
been
back to
older.
Well,
Yeah. I
tag
have
this
no
one.
desire.
Deepest voice ever.
Yeah. Deepest voice ever. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. I fuck with that title. It's straight to the point.
But with that, you also got to keep the mic close because that's just how it goes. So we can all hear you.
So you wanted to do this interview. I mean, I like JR. A
Well,
lot.
I know his
But
voice.
you heard his voice.
And as soon as I heard your voice, I said I want that man on my podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are.
Don't disappoint us. I'm just kidding. High expectations for this episode.
Right.
Gonna get a lot of views.
Bunch of buildings.
There are no expectations in this world.
Well, we did. We talked about you on one of our last ones.
JR, how old are you?
20.
20. Not even old enough to drink yet.
I know, it's some bullshit. I can buy a gun, I can't get a beer, like,
You can serve in war.
right?
You can buy a rifle but not a pistol.
Mhm.
You can vote, but you can't consume alcohol.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit, man.
You're not missing nothing.
Yeah, it's just a choice, though.
You like drinking?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
Who
yeah.
doesn't at that age?
Yeah, I drink.
Because you can't.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
And then you try it, and all your friends are doing it, and then you're fucked up and puking and hungover. And
I drank so much before that age that when I turned that age, it was like no big deal.
It's not that I can't. I'm Hispanic, man. It's like a ritual to start drinking at like 9 years old,
Yeah.
you know? So, you know.
And over in Britain, if you're told enough to put your hand on the pub table, then you can order a beer.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are good rules.
Here in America, you can't walk down the street with a beer, but in Germany, you don't have one to hand one to you.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
I would like to see, like, if I was a fucking millionaire, I would want to go see that German, like, Christmas festival they have there, where it's like a market. I watched it on YouTube one day.
I want to go to that
A lot of pastries.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah. This Christmas festival looked, I was like, wow.
yeah, the Germans told me about how they
Yeah.
had a lot of villages have that in their own towns.
Yeah.
Those big
I talked to her about it. It was just pastry after pastry after pastry. It was all pastries, but it was something cool. I was just like, wow. You have any questions for him at all?
So, I'm 48 and trying to date, or not trying anymore. I am dating. But what's it like for 20? Guys in their 20s to date now?
Oh my god. Dude, it's a shit show, man. I mean, these people now are just terrible.
Well, now you don't have nothing to compare them to.
Bro, dude, no, bro. It's just the stories I hear from, like, my tios and my tias, my mom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, damn, this shit sounds so different. Like, you could, like, you go to school, right? Everybody know who the hoe is already. You already know who did who. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, dog.
So you're saying there's no mystery with your aunts and uncles? There was a mystery.
I suppose so.
Well, what do you mean?
But are you talking as an adult? You know who the hoes are, or the ones you went to high school with?
Even no, like, I was just talking to this girl, right? And then she texted me, she was like, oh, I just had a foursome at the club. I go, oh, okay. Like,
Thanks for letting me know.
right, thanks for letting me know, dog. Like,
Yeah.
like it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah.
It's no secrets no more. They post it on their stories. They post it, like, I'm like, are you serious?
It's almost like a trend.
Yeah.
To be hoeing out there and like flaunting it on social media.
Yeah, they didn't flaunt it on social media when I was.
There wasn't any social media.
Well, a little bit for me, because I had a girlfriend that got me into. She was like, "You should check out this thing from MySpace," and I was like, "That's stupid, that's stupid." And then one day I just did it, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." And so like I got a lot of dating online, and like I understood it, you know what I mean, pretty well. That's why when you were telling me some of your shit, I was like, oh, you just didn't understand the game yet, you know what I mean? Like it's a different game than like probably from your era. You know what I
We
mean?
didn't have dating online.
Yeah. And so they couldn't like you didn't have to worry about catfish and whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now you do bring, y'all brought that up about how they're bragging about Orin. Have you heard of the, you remember in the Matrix the blue and red pill? Like the red one's what awakens you. Have you heard of the Red Pill Society?
I've heard of it.
You ever read some of their shit?
Not really, but I kind of know what it is. It's just like the manosphere, right? It's more of that shit.
Yeah, like you talk to a woman hater, or you talk to a woman about it, they're like, that's just incels and women haters. You talk to them about it, it's like, we're tired of women bragging online about, or we don't want to be with them.
Yeah.
And it's the trend. And so there's a lot of 18 to 25-year-old men that are just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
They're predicting that if that trend keeps going and that society keeps building, that our birth, eventually the birth rate is going to drop.
They say it's already dropped.
Yeah.
That's probably part of what they do with that, like, no abortion shit. It's probably part of why they push that, because they know that our society is going to collapse. And the only way for it to, like, I've seen this Muslim guy talking about it, and he goes, you guys aren't having babies. He goes, we are. He's like, we're going, the whole world will be Muslim. And I was just like, he's fucking right.
Yeah.
He's fucking right.
In
He's fucking right.
Japan, the tide, like, or in Japan, that island where they used to have birth restrictions. You can only have one child, and if you don't, if it's not a boy, then kick them out. Now they're promoting, they're subsidizing because men aren't, they're working longer, they're not getting married.
Yeah.
So Japan's birth rate is gone. So
everybody, the whole world.
Yeah.
That's what the elites wanted, right? They wanted those people. Didn't they?
I want it because there's less traffic on the road. Jesus.
That is true.
Now you're really thinking.
Right.
Yeah, I never thought of it.
Me either. And especially with Texas drivers, get the fuck out the road.
Rush hour doesn't exist anymore. It's every fucking hour now.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You get over here pretty quick.
You get over here pretty quick.
As you get older, you'll learn how to drive around.
You gotta know the times. There's a flow to the freeway. When I'm with my brother, he Ubers all the time. This fool does not understand the way the traffic flows. So when he brings me here on Monday, sometimes I have to I'm like, get in this lane, move to this side, do this side. The traffic backs up right there. There's like a pattern.
Right.
There's a pattern. If you can just figure out the pattern, traffic's pretty easy. Unless you just run into a fucked up
situation. And shit, all that.
Yeah. I'm scared to get caught in one of those things where they're in traffic for hours.
Oh, and it's like bumper to bumper.
Yeah,
you can just get out.
Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me.
I've only been in one of those.
How long were you there?
It was the ice storm. And so, like 10 years ago, I guess, whenever the ice storm shut down all of Houston.
Okay.
And I was, stuck in traffic until to get to work. And then I got to work. We couldn't leave for like 3 days. But yeah, I mean.
Jeez, you had to stay at work for 3 days?
Yeah, because relief couldn't get there because the roads were all frozen over and Houston didn't know what to do with them.
And that was still, you're out here?
No, this was 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
That's crazy.
No, really.
Yeah.
Being stuck at flat. Imagine being stuck at a cave.
I was about to
for
say,
3
bro,
days.
I'd kill myself if I was stuck in caves for 3 days.
I mean, like, you can leave, like a fast food restaurant, you could probably just lock up and leave. But in a hospital, you can't really shut down.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're licensed, especially at 24/7 ERs.
Yeah.
Those Christian ones.
You get paid for it?
Yeah.
You worked all 3 days or what?
Well, me and the day shift that was there, they couldn't leave because we just, we shifted it with, 8 hours sleep.
It's fun though. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it was an adventure.
You got a story now.
Yeah. Sleeping on those hospital gurneys and sitting there. We didn't have, because those places don't have beds.
Yeah.
Those prison doors, they just have these gurneys that are hard and like prison mats that are on the wire frame. Did you ever work fast food like they do in Canes?
My first job.
My first job was McDonald's.
Mine too.
And then Long John Silver's.
Oh, you went to Long John after that, huh? No,
Boundaries.
just one. Just one, it was enough for me.
What's it like frying chicken?
I mean, it's actually pretty easy, to be honest. It's the fact that we don't have that many menu items. It's literally like 4 options. There's not much to do, so it's just when rush happens or when someone orders like naked chicken, it really like backs us up a lot. Just like, you just fucked up our whole flow, you know? Or when people just like randomly come to the drive-thru instead of calling before and be like, yeah, let me get 100 tailgate.
Yeah.
And we gotta stop everything we're doing to feed these fat fucks 100 tenders in a pan.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, no.
Good thing you don't gotta do that no more.
Fuck,
What
man.
happened?
Dude, okay. I got sick. And I was trying to contact my manager.
Was it laryngitis?
No, I was trying to contact my manager, but I couldn't get a hold of him, right? I kept trying. I couldn't call the restaurant either because it was 6 in the morning and I had an opening shift, so the restaurant's not even open. I tried to contact him directly. Nothing. So I got my coworker who also opens that day. I was like, look, I'm trying to get a hold of, I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm trying to get a hold of my manager, like, can you please let him know that I'm sick, I can't make it in, like I'm throwing up, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, I got you. The next day, my manager calls me, he's like, so why weren't you at work yesterday? Like, cause I was sick, like, I thought they told you. He's like, no, yeah, he told me, but why didn't you tell me? I was like, cause I couldn't contact you. Like, I tried to contact you, it wasn't working. He's like, do you have proof of that? It's like, no, because it didn't work. Like, I tried to call you through the app, the schedule app, because that's what I was told to do. Everyone's number, names, numbers on there. And he was like, oh, I don't put the manager's number on that. How the fuck am I supposed to contact you? I didn't know that. I did not know that. And he was like, I already talked to HR, and I told them that you didn't show up and you didn't let me know, and that I'm counting it as 2 no-call, no-shows, and that means that he has to let me go. So he was like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you go. I hope you feel better. And then he just hung up the fucking phone, dude. I was like,
I hope you feel better.
what a dick, man. I was like, dude, are you fucking serious?
I love it.
Dude, I texted my other manager, Danny. Oh, shit. You can pick that up. But I texted my other manager, like 2 other managers. I was like, well, the other one, I don't even have his number. I had to find his Instagram. And obviously I can't have that if I work there. Well, since I'm not his employee anymore, I went and found his Instagram. I texted him. I was like, yo, I got fired. And dude responded with like, yeah, no, man, I was in the office when he did it. It's a load of horse shit, man. And he's like, I don't know why he fired you. He was like, me and my other manager always defending you, but I don't know, something like he and the other manager just don't fuck with you or whatever. And I'm like, this is some bullshit, man. I'm like,
it happens in life.
this is stupid. I've never missed a shift either. I've never missed a shift.
Well,
I always showed up on time. I would always show up like an hour before my shift starts. I even worked the fucking day of the hurricane, dude. And I got fired because I was sick.
Cause you're a little pervy, right?
What you talking about? At work?
Yeah, I mean,
You know
you
what?
told me some stories one time. I don't remember what
I'm
you were
an
talking about, but I was
FOD,
like,
hey man, I'm an FOD, certified FO freak on duty.
but I was like, what the fuck are you talking about that you're doing at work? Like, I don't remember what it was, but I was just
jerking
like,
off in the gutter? Or
no
what?
bueno, but I don't remember what it was.
Making cane sauce.
Oh yeah, making cane sauce in the bathroom, dog. I used to take pictures of me on the shitter at work.
With the food tray.
I would even post it on my story, like,
Yeah, I
bathroom
look at your
shitting on
Anytime I
company
find myself
side.
looking at your stories, I go, oh fuck, I forgot. I've been warned.
Network.
I've been warned.
Here's a picture of me pooping
Yeah.
on the clock.
Ready.
Shitting on
ready.
company time.
Oh yeah. I gotta let the homies know, you know?
That's how you get hoes in the DMs talking about how they want to pay you.
That is true. That's very, very true.
That's
When you taking poops, did they want to pay you?
That's exactly.
I think it might be the other thing you told us about, with him taking pictures with his ass out of his
yeah.
towel or whatever.
Yeah, dog.
I think that's probably more what's
Yeah.
making these masculine
bro,
women want to pay him.
No, bro. I be getting DMs like, damn, that shit plump. I'm like, hey, I know. I'm like, I know it is, man. I know it is, man. Dude,
For everybody, huh?
Bro, every time I hit the club or some shit or a party, whatever, don't matter. They start playing some banger ass song. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I do be twerking. I be getting down. And you know what? All the hoes, start grabbing my ass and start slapping
The
him.
hose.
Yeah.
Man,
Just the hose looking around.
Just the way.
Yep.
You got that one occasional gay dude who tries to jump in, but you know.
Gay dudes are everywhere now. What are you
Just
talking about?
Just the one that's
Statistically, one of us is probably a gay kid. Well, I know where I'm at, but
You guys are next door.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely one of them.
Yeah. Those fairies are running around.
That's it.
At least you weren't posting pictures with the food like those. You know, one employee that went to jail. He was putting his ass on the tortillas. Yeah, like,
Oh, my
post videos of putting the tacos, in his ass and then putting it in wrapping it to people.
I think I saw something like that. There's so many of those kind of videos, though.
Yeah.
I just, I don't fuck with people's food.
I feel like if you eat fast food,
You
you
deserve
should
it.
expect, not you don't deserve it, no, but you should expect for the group of teenagers back there making your food for a little bit of tomfoolery. You know what I mean? Like, you should expect that. I went into this place, like, I'm big on pancakes and shit. I used to be. I don't eat that shit very often anymore. But I found this, like, luxury pancake place, and I was like, oh, shit, I was excited. We went to it, and I was tremendously disappointed because when I got there, I don't know what I expected, but it was like a 16-year-old back there making pancakes, and I was just like, dude, if I wanted my fucking kid to make me fucking pancakes, I just made my kid make me fucking pancakes, dude. I just remember the whole time I was there, I was so disappointed because I was like I said, I don't know what I expected, like a goddamn world-class pancake maker, like,
You wanted that old man with the white, wearing white shirt and the apron and the white hat.
I wanted somebody to look like they made. I didn't want a kid.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm literally at every other fucking place I've ever been to.
Yeah, your first mistake was thinking it was luxury.
Yeah, well, no, that's what it says.
What is in the name?
No, but
They
you,
lied to me. It wasn't my fault at all. They lied to me.
you were better off going to Waffle House at that point.
I
That's what I'm saying.
At least you get a show at Waffle
Chains
House.
and, Chinese places like that. You go back in the kitchen and see what's there.
Yeah. It's just like, why is anybody eating out? I don't know. Nobody special is making your fucking food. Unless you're Joe fucking Rogan with your fun coupon. Like, nobody can afford to have a good chef.
Yeah.
It's always just some foreigner, dude. Like,
It's like-
kudos to them.
Dude, it's like when you go to like a Chinese buffet or something, it's just a bunch of beaners in the
That's it.
kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
All of it.
hey, and then gonna lie though, they make it pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta give it to HEB though. They have Japanese people making the sushi.
It's Japanese now. I mean,
Are you guys?
I was
Have you
a little
asked?
harder.
Have you asked?
You Korean motherfucker?
Right. Can I verify you're Japanese,
Yeah.
sir?
They do have those, like, that culture looking people doing it, though. I don't know if they're Japanese.
That's enough, I guess.
I have a hard time eating that sushi. So
Yeah.
I don't
Really?
like that shit.
It's like gas station sushi.
Yeah, it's a step up. That's it. Yeah.
I'll fuck it up every time though.
So you get there at the end of the day and they're like, there's 5 packages left.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah. I've never really been big on the store sushi. I mean, I've eaten it, but I'm not big on it. It's rare that I find good sushi that I like. I don't like rice anymore either, so
Yeah.
I have a hard time with rice or something.
I used to eat 40, 50 pieces at once, but
Never
after
did it sound
that sleeve, like after back up on surgery, 3 pieces and I'm dead.
40, 50 pieces. What's that like?
Yeah, I gotta know, man. That's
I was so stoned yesterday that I was starting to fall asleep at 7 p.m. All right, I made it till 11 somehow, so I could fucking turn this alarm on over here. But I was exhausted and I was so full, dude. So full. I was just I haven't been that full in so long. I was just like, oh my god, painful full almost.
Right.
What's eating 50 pieces of sushi like?
Well, that's what got
That?
me, 400 pounds. I used to drink Guinness Extra Stout that
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad beer. I used to drink a 6-pack of that a day.
How many calories is that, I wonder?
yeah.
Oh, you're looking at 1,000.
1,000, right?
Yeah, because each one's a meal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just ordered that big boat from Japaneros and would just, just keep eating and eat all the different ones. That's for a group. God, so I have a table of people here.
Shaming me.
It's for a group. I was with my ex-wife, what is
Told her a kid or something,
and then her, her adult daughter and son-in-law, and they're all and I just ignored everything. Just drunk on sake and eating sushi until they tell me it's time to go.
I've never had sake. What's that like?
A really dry, crisp wine.
So is it drunk like being wine drunk also?
No, it's a different kind of drunk.
Is it a different kind of drunk than normal alcohol?
Yeah, it'd be between wine and hard liquor, not a different kind of drunk.
Yeah, like wine's a weird drunk to me. It's like you're awake but drunk. Like it's different. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I haven't had one yet.
It's like more
Really?
painful. I don't know how to explain it.
You've never drank wine.
I've never tasted it yet.
Oh, really?
okay.
Yeah.
What,
You're not
MD 2020 or nothing?
Is that wine? That's wine.
What kind did you
I thought that was malt liquor.
No, yours is Old English 40.
Well, I thought it
I think
indeed Mad Dog was
I
malt
think
liquor.
Mad Dog is,
Jamie, look it up.
Tell you what, I got a lot of wine in my house.
Do you?
A hell of I'm talking, we got some shit from Israel for
You
something
about to
like
get
that.
fucked in the butthole.
Hey, you know what?
We're gonna see what's on
Hey,
the
man.
story tomorrow.
Hiding face down.
Hey, a glass of wine sets the mood, man. It's just,
Dude, I ain't going over there like Sebastian or Coy, dude.
Okay, you ain't safe when we get that crib, though. Let me tell you right
We see all three of y'all, man.
Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be a fucking JR's delight. Whatever he wants. He's like, they think I'm a virgin.
Oh, you kidding, bro.
I am having a tough time believing that nowadays, man. With all these fucking people texting.
Ooh.
Like the fucking Colombian
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Is a V card something they brag about nowadays?
No, I don't think so, no.
Like,
Are you bragging about your V card? Is it real?
is it real?
Have you masturbated?
Of course I have.
Yeah, right. You got no hymen to pop,
Dude, I
motherfucker.
literally just did it before I got
I fucking
here.
believe that. Probably the time you can.
Dude, no, dude, I texted him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna take a shower, because I just finished, bro. Yeah, dog. I was going ham, and I was like, yeah, I gotta shower after this one.
So you don't kill somebody? Is that why you masturbate so much?
To keep you docile?
Yeah. You gotta contain the
Have you
freak,
ever hold on
man.
to 20, especially
Oh, I remember masturbating multiple times a day.
especially if testosterone makes a voice that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, no, man.
We're lucky he's not raping people, right? We're lucky he didn't gas this whole building and rape us, right?
Or random hard-ons all the time.
Yeah.
Get a random boner every time
Yeah.
a girl hugs you. Got a waiting full of pre-cum.
It's fun to try to tell your fucking 5-year-old about that.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm like, well, you know how it gets hard sometimes? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, don't put your underwear on while it's hard. Why not? I go, you get a bent dick. You don't want a bent dick, bro. Okay. The other day he's putting on his underwear, he's fucking hard on, he's like, oh, can't do it. And I was like,
Smart.
Yeah.
He's learning.
He remembers things like really well.
Yeah.
He's like, one day in the car on the way to school, he goes, "Did aliens made us, right?" And I was like, well, that's one of the stories. And he's like, I was like, but your teacher's gonna try to tell you come from monkeys. I was like, and so today I kind of explained him more of the story from the Sumerian tablets, how like they took monkeys and like inserted their DNA into the monkey, and that's what made humans. It was like a hybrid thing according to that. And so I explained to him, and I go, but nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows the real answer. No one knows the real fucking answer. So just understand that much, that nobody fucking knows. Everybody's going to tell you, this is what happened, but nobody fucking knows. And so it's just an open idea. And he's just like, okay. And like, he'll spit it back to me. He'll spit it back to me in a few days. I'm just like, I'll be like, you got it. You got it. Have a free, open mind. Don't get clogged down.
Better than the
this and
story.
that. Yeah. It's a funner. What tricked me out about it when I learned that story was you look at all the different, monkeys they found over the last thousands of years, and you have some that just like they were like, oh, this is a pre-human, oh, this is a pre-human, and in the Sumerian tablets it talks about how they tried making multiple versions, and some of them they wouldn't work, and it wasn't until they took the DNA from both species and put it in one of them, and once they put the DNA of the monkey and one of the Anunnaki into the Anunnaki woman, that's when, and she gave birth to the first human, and that's the story. And so I've just always been like fascinated, because I remember when I was reading it, I was like, oh shit, like this explains like a lot of the Denisovans, it explains a lot of the, you know, the fucking monkeys that are almost humans that we found. And so I'm like, what? It's pretty close. I mean, it's pretty close for me, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't necessarily believe it 100%, but it's fucking close.
It's fucking close.
It's fucking close, and I'm just like, wow, these two different things kind of line up almost fucking perfectly, you know. So it gets really close for me.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, but I still have like an open mind. I'm like, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
We're just comedians. It's just jokes.
Yeah. Well, even scientists aren't supposed to have a fucking set theory, right? What is
Right.
science? It's a hypothesis, right?
Yeah,
It's not a fucking fact. It's a guess.
Everything's a guess.
Everything's a guess. It's a great mystery. So.
I was pretty stoned yesterday too.
Yeah.
Today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got pretty stoned.
It's weird going to have to work today. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird being off all weekend too.
First weekend off in probably 20 years, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like this part of my schedule. Yeah, it's weird.
Now you're regular 8 to 5 Monday to Friday.
Yeah, well, as long as the shop keeps making money. If the shop doesn't make money on the weekends like it did when I was here, then I'm just gonna come back.
Right.
Just homeschool my kid or something. We're like still constantly talking about that anyway. So.
You two, were you guys homeschool?
No.
Were you homeschooled during the pandemic?
Yes, we were. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we did have that online period.
Is that where you graduated from?
Nah.
You went back?
Yeah, no, yeah. We went back I want to say.
It happened our freshman year.
Happened our freshman year, and things got back to normal as possible like junior year.
Really?
So like the gap between like freshman and then the next thing I know, I'm graduating.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
interesting.
like
yeah,
my
it was
weird
very,
almost.
very fast, and it was really, it was a smooth sailing too,
Pretty easy.
because yeah, all the big fucking tests at the end of the year were all freshman year, so they all got waived. We didn't have to take them, and then the only test we had to take was at the end of junior year, and then it was smooth sailing after that.
Wow.
It was
It's amazing. It's
Yeah.
terrible, but it's amazing.
I know. I saw a bunch of
Yeah.
I remember graduation day. I saw a bunch of people, like a bunch of fucktards walking the
Yeah,
stage.
that's
I'm like,
what I'm saying, yeah.
she only got lucky because of that
Yeah.
damn pandemic. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it's
There's
gonna be
a lot of
interesting
people.
workforce out there.
Absolutely,
Next 10
yeah.
years.
Right. You got fired from a fast food place in your 20s. Like, fuck. What happened? Where you been where you been working since you were 15? I've been fired from more than one fast food place.
Where are you going to get a job at next?
Shoot, man, I'm just applying everywhere I can.
Is it rough out there? I know Jaime was having a hard time finding
Dude,
a job.
yeah, no, finding a job now is like, it's just a game of chance.
Well, it
dude.
depends on your standards.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
What
when
are you
I
willing to do?
Yeah, I definitely learned that. What are you willing to do if you're really looking for a job? That's why I took that job at trade, and I was like, man, there really is no excuse for somebody to be like not working, not making money, because there's always going to be a job.
Oh no, yeah, I agree. I'm trying to apply for TSA.
If I were you, well, that's not a bad job. If I were you, though, I'd probably like look for the oil field. This motherfucker makes so much money. And like it does shit out on you though. Like everybody in the oil field does get like fired usually, like when like you get a new president that reduces oil or whatever, you know. But like if that shit's good, it's good.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, like the German, she won't ever do it again. But you go through this, this maritime training for to work on the
Yeah,
ship.
you make a lot of money on ships.
And like if you're working as actual staff, like they were cooks and all this. Once you go through the training, work as a staff member on the ship, you're looking at bank.
Yeah. Well, it's like what are you willing to give? Are you willing to give up your time and shit like that for, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Good
for
amount of
months
money.
at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you just willing to give up a little bit of your time so you can have, it's all about give and take.
Like as a nurse, travel nursing, like go be a travel nurse. You're young, I was ready, you and your wife, y'all both nurses, go be travel nurses. And they do make good money, but they get shitty assignments.
Really? Like
Yeah.
what?
Like they get pulled to that you sign a travel contract with the hospital, and they basically just make you a float, and you just go to whatever floor has short staff, and they give you all the shittiest patients. And they give you, the most amount of patients, and nobody wants to help you because they all think you're making more money than them. So huge their own word. So yeah, travel nursing. I didn't want to give up that kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't want that kind of shit. So I didn't want to put up that money.
What did you think about working with Trey?
I have a lot. I mean, like my respect for him was all the way already up here, but like seeing him go out there and do that plus tattoos. It's like it's a whole different thing. I'm like, wow, he really that's a working man right there.
He comes in and he sleeps though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's the other story I was gonna tell you. Like
Yeah.
he comes in and he passes the fuck out because he's tired of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. But I mean, he goes out there and makes money. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that's really
But
that's really what it's like.
He also loves his kids. You got to support them with that constant income.
I think he started that whenever he got back with his ex-wife for a little while.
Yeah.
He started like working double jobs. I noticed that right away, and I was like, oh shit. And I just figured she was a motivating factor for him.
See, I remember that. You're married right now, but you have to work at to keep a woman happy. 2 jobs, all day long, out in the heat.
Yeah. It's just been a rough year for tattooing too. Every business I see says that shit. They're just like, it's been the worst year. It's been the worst year.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been good.
Nah, because money's going down.
Yeah, I just literally sit at the same spot. My like savings is just sit at the same spot basically. But I did buy 2 generators and a bunch of other shit for this hurricane, so otherwise I would still would have made a little profit, but I'm just sitting at the same spot basically right now.
And then like you guys, y'all's age, you aren't going to colleges anymore because those degrees aren't doing anything for the the millennials, I guess what they're calling them now, the ones that are just graduating and getting in the workforce. They have these bullshit degrees from college universities that nobody cares about.
Yeah, no, nobody wants to give anybody a shot anymore, even with a degree.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they're like, oh, because you need experience. It's like, well, how am I supposed to get experience if I'm not, if you're not giving me that opportunity?
Right. That's why people go to trade schools.
Yeah.
HVAC, shit like that.
Yeah.
Just to get started. And they make like a plumber and or electrician and shit like that. They make those HVAC people. They make close to $60,000 to $70,000 when they get just midline.
Yeah. Yeah, they just rip people off all the time and make more, I'm sure.
Looks like your guy.
Yeah. I would go in the oil field if I had to. That's always going to be my second thought. If something happens to this and the economy just so falls, I just reach out to all my friends in the oil field, and hopefully it's a good time.
That's kind of why I chose to continue doing some kind of like electrician work, because you're always going to need electricity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like same thing with like plumbing. You're always going to need plumbing. So unless the world completely fucks itself and we start over, then we're all fucked. But like, I don't see that happening quite yet. But we're always going to need electricity. So I think that's what my mom said. She said that like it's like a consistent job that some people will always need.
It's a good trade.
It's about like whether you're going to work for somebody else or work for yourself. When you work for yourself, you have to go create that money. You know what I mean? So you have to go out and figure out how to get the contracts. The only way to figure that out is to work for somebody that does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like have them show you like all the little secrets basically.
And then agree to rent, they'll get you your own truck, and then you'll start.
Yeah.
You'll start, and then you'll branch off eventually. What about whenever you were a kid? You ever, like people ever asking you, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" What'd you say?
A lawyer.
What about you? Ninja.
No. No, I always said I wanted to be in the medical field.
Really?
Yeah. I've always, it's just something that's always fascinated me.
Why don't you go for that? You could be a little creepy chiropractor, make all kind of money, man. Pop bitches' titties and shit all day.
Dude, I would be popping a lot of breast implants, that's for sure.
I'm just saying, like it's kind of like a rip-off for them. It's a little bit of a scam, so if people like it, but you can make a lot of money if you're a chiropractor.
Yeah.
I think the schooling's only like $100,000. Only.
It's only $100,000.
That's what a chiropractor told me. I don't know if it's true. He's like, you can do this. He's like, just $100,000.
Okay.
Like this,
That's
I
the one.
guess. Look at my clicker. Said the F word.
We said rape like 100 times earlier.
Today?
Was it today?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought these guys.
Yeah, that's right.
That is very true.
It doesn't matter if you say it for a guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
guys
women.
never.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fucking. That's why there was no public outrage about that one scene in The Boys where Huey gets fucking sexually assaulted like 86 different times. But if that happened to Starlight,
Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever had a girl force themselves on you?
No, hell no.
I have.
Have you heard of
Me
milf
too.
manner?
Yeah.
Milf
Twice.
Manor.
Have you heard of milf
It's like,
manner?
I mean, I just let it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of milf manner?
Yeah.
Milk,
Yeah.
Whoa, Milk Manor. Tell me more.
It's a dating show. Much like
Did you watch more of it?
I tried to. But
Yeah, it's hard, dude. It's like hard to keep up.
It's one of those dating shows, much like The Bachelor, where they take these
Yeah.
5 women and 5 men and see the ones that hook up. But the premise is it's an older woman and a younger man. And this season is on the guys, but the whole point, like you brought up about, what if that happened to a woman, they would, if they had a, milf manner,
Yeah.
whereas, men that are in their 40s and 50s, trying to get with a woman who's in her 20s, that should be canceled episode 1.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. It's fucked up.
Maybe. I don't know. I
I
think
think
the
it-
world's getting to a place where it's like, alright. I do though.
I don't know.
I don't think
Anthony.
it's quite there yet.
Well,
Not
Let's
yet,
produce
man.
it and find out.
Twitter will outrage about literally
Everything,
anything.
And people are, well, yeah, they sure will, and then, they're getting, video games, y'all would never experience video games that me and this dude did, because, unless y'all play the older ones, because the video game industry is going downhill. With their stories that they're writing, they showed, like Halo Infinite Crew, was all blue-haired women. This new one, Concord, just came out, all women. And they showed the creating crew for Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto, all men. And then so you wonder why it's all going downhill. But women can't write stories, for them. And the majority of gamers, they're not women, they're men ages 25 to 50 who are playing console games.
He had something.
It was funny because there's this one game that came out recently. I think it's called Wukong, some Asian game.
Yeah.
And it was funny because the developers, while they were making the story, they're all like, if you mention anything like feminism or like woke, you're getting fired.
Yeah, good for them.
And that game fucking is doing great. It's
Well, I
getting
bet.
fucking huge
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
Whereas
What's that?
Ubisoft made an the new Assassin's Creed Samurai one,
Yeah.
and they made the black, the character, they're telling he's black, but there is a black
The main
but-
character?
Yeah, the main character
Yeah.
is black, and they made him
For everybody? Like if I'm a white guy, I gotta play with the black guy?
Yeah, it's only one main character in the city.
That's what it is.
But they made him also gay. He wasn't gay in real life.
Come on.
Wait, hold on. Okay. I did not know that. I knew about the Black Samurai for Assassin's Creed, but I didn't know that they made him
They made him gay.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna play that?
That's that's. I was like, what the fuck?
Gay dudes are worried about getting dick. They're not playing games, bro.
Right.
I mean, they probably are, but it's just a joke.
The new Star Wars Outlaws. It's supposed to be this great open world game, and you're gonna play it, as an outlaw. There are a lot of NPCs you can't kill. It looks like PS3 graphics, and it's all written by women.
Yeah.
It's very slow, non-violent.
What was that one thing I was following and I was talking about it? It was like Baby something Incorporated.
Sweet Baby.
Sweet Baby, yeah. And like, are they the ones that were?
They were, for the last couple of years, they were doing DEI.
Yeah, they were the big ones, right?
Right.
Yeah, they were fucking up all the shit.
Yeah, people were getting, so, as the game companies were, like, all right, we're done with Sweet Baby,
Yeah.
we're done with Sweet Baby. Because as, like I'm a casual, I don't even know what games they
Yeah,
work with.
yeah.
But those who are hardcore about it, especially YouTube content creators on games, they would find out who's Sweet, they found out all this and all the games are with them.
Uh-huh.
They would, they would downgrade them and they're promoting their content videos.
Yeah.
And then the director, of course, Sweet Baby, the directors would leave, but anything they went to go do, they would also downgrade those games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so nobody likes Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah.
and nobody likes, anybody who works with anybody from that company.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. It's gonna be weird to see where all this shit goes. That's for sure.
I can't even imagine what y'all are going to go through by the time you're in your 40s.
Oh man, dude, I think about it every day. I really do. I
Like
just
where
sit
the
there.
world's going?
Where the world's going, and then how. Because like, as we get older, our generation gets older, we have to care about. It's basically walking on eggshells with everything that we do, because our fucking generation wants to fuck each
But yeah,
other.
you guys are creating that, yeah.
And it's like, dude, like.
There has to be some sort of a revolt.
You can't have your own life without, and then it's fucked up because I saw this one thing where people people were getting mad at people with like platforms, like they say you have like a high YouTube subscriber count or a high following, and on anything you have to talk about what's going on, like about anything. Otherwise, you're misusing your platform. And you're avoiding it. And if you avoid it and you don't say anything, you're automatically considered that you're supporting whatever the fuck's happening.
Oh yeah.
And if you speak on it, no matter what you say, you're gonna create a fucking
divide, regardless.
A divide.
You're gonna create a divide because remember, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
One side will think one way and the other side will think another way. Say you do, like you said, say you do bring it up, you're gonna lose people regardless.
Yeah.
Your followers, it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
They're gonna paint you as a bad guy on both sides on the internet. There's no winning in that situation. I mean, there's many times where, like the whole Palestine Israel thing, okay, whatever. There would be times where it would be a random video and it's just like like a get ready with me type video, and somebody in the comment will notice like a Starbucks cup in the background, and they'll be like, "Is that a Starbucks cup?
Yeah.
You support Palestine. You support genocide."
That's funny because the other night, those two girls that came in,
Yeah.
Shantae had a Starbucks cup.
Oh fuck me.
And she came around, she was drinking it, and they're like, "Oh no, girlie, you can't have that. We're boycotting Starbucks." And it's like, Jesus Christ.
Like we?
Yeah,
No, you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Right, who's
exactly.
we?
And it's like, why do I gotta get involved?
And they're fucking Indians. They're not even fucking from that area of the world. They're from India.
It's like why? Like I understand like what's going on. It shouldn't happen in the first place. It sucks.
messy.
But there's nothing you can do about it. Okay,
Yeah.
They think if you boycott, because apparently Coca-Cola supports Israel. I mean, supports Israel, and
Well, I'm
that's
definitely
supporting.
down with Coca-Cola's boycott.
Here's the thing.
But for different reasons. Go on.
But like the point is like you're like, oh, you can't boycott it though, even if you try, because businesses they all are in together, right? Say you don't want to buy a Coke, that's fine. But you go out to a restaurant, you give that company money. That money is gonna go to buying more Coke for the restaurant.
Or the other drinks are all owned by Coke. Or
Exactly.
whatever.
Like it doesn't matter what you do. Like your money is going somewhere.
They're all owned by
I was listening to this podcast today, and it's like a Tucker Carlson podcast, and it's like a real bummer. But it's these two pharmaceutical whistleblowers, and they start like they go into it pretty deeply on what's happening, kind of, and they say that like the elites are using these things. It's like, and I was listening to this other guy, Thomas Sowell, who's like probably like my favorite person right now, and it's like they use these issues that like these elite, more than likely white people or just elites in general, and they're like, oh, that's a problem. We need to fix that, and so they start like creating this thing to fit, like, oh, we need to bring the black people up, or whatever the fuck their thing is, like, oh, we need to give them more money, which is probably really going to bring them down, right? It's not going to bring them up, like, like, or making like free housing, like they used to be a requirement. You had to have a job, and like now it's not. You know what I mean? So like, if you had to have a job, then you're going to be like a certain kind of person to get that housing. It's going to be like a thing that you have to work for. And then now they just give it to you, and it's like, you can just be a fucking bum. But anyway, they kind of break down all this shit, and like that's one of the things they say is that like companies like that will use the crisis in order to like sell more shit. You know what I mean? In a weird way, like it's like they're creating the issue, and then they're fucking like selling you the fucking fix for it. It's just thievery all around, like all around.
And there's nothing you can do about
Yeah,
it.
well, it's like one of the big points I took away from it. I haven't finished the whole podcast, but she was saying that like in like the 70s or the 80s, I think, the cigarette companies started buying up the food companies. And so all these motherfuckers that own cigarette companies started buying food companies, and what do you think they did? They started making food addictive, right? So they could make it. So now that's where we are now. It's like all this fucking food so addictive to people. People are like, obesity is crazy. I think it's like 50% of children now are like obese.
Yeah.
And like that's fucking insane.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Insane.
I get mad as fuck when I see a fat ass kid, bro. I genuinely get so
I feel
mad.
Yeah.
You know the phrase, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yeah.
You know who made that?
Who?
Kellogg.
Yeah.
You know, like General Kellogg or whatever his name was. They, his marketing campaign is what came up with that slogan back in the 50s.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
I did
not know that.
Well, that's like when you turn your computer on. It was like I can't remember what the slogan was, but it was like making things better, or like it's just like who comes up with this bullshit? Like, can you imagine late night tattoos? Make your dick bigger. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it's getting the masses to believe that.
It's the correlation.
Back in the 50s, whenever we only had 2 channels and the TV was a small square. And we trusted everything the government said and everything the news said. And they came out saying breakfast is the most important meal of the day, even on the news, because the news still it has sponsors.
Oh,
They
yeah.
try to get you to we'll produce a story on you if you finish this.
they do that. So, the news has called me before. Like the fucking the fucking news here in our city has called me, and I'm like interested because I'm like, oh, what are you calling me for? They're like, yeah, we want to do a story on you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're like, it's going to cost you this much. They tell you, like, how much it'll cost for them to run a story on you. Right. And I remember, it was like 15, 20 years ago, the first time it ever happened to me. And I was like, and I felt special at first because I was like, oh, they want to do a story on me. Cool. I'm really blowing up. And it wasn't that at all. They were just trying to sell me fucking advertising space, basically. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I just remember thinking, oh, it's all a lie then. Yeah. Like, this is what, because I had seen other tattoo shops on the news and other businesses on the news. And I just thought, like, the news just was like, oh, we have an interest in you. No, you buy this fucking advertisement.
Yeah, they're community and development type stories. They're all paid for.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. I was just like, what?
That's actually insane. I did not know that.
That's crazy.
Just remember that. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It didn't come from your doctor.
Yeah.
And then our generation would learn that that wasn't from a doctor, and then that Kellogg was promoting basically obesity, and then they'll try to uproot it. And then that's how boycotts start. They just learn something like that, something fucked up that old people did, and they'll try to uproot it. Like we can just do that overnight. And
I know. We're talking about a company that's been around longer than we have. What makes you think you're gonna make a difference? You're not. You're not. It's one company.
It's gonna have to everybody stop buying shit.
Exactly, and that's not possible.
Like I think Target put out a bunch of tranny kids clothes. Do y'all remember that shit?
Yes.
And then their fucking stock went down, but honestly, I didn't stop shopping there because it's just the closest one.
Bud Light,
But I definitely didn't like it.
When it went down, they didn't go away.
Yeah, they didn't go away. Yeah. No, they got fucking Shane Gillis to be their fucking spokesman now. Which is like genius. They should have done that from the beginning.
And eventually, they'll get Kid Rock. Whenever they get Kid Rock back and Ted Nugent back,
it'll be over.
Yeah.
They'll never get the Nuge. The Nuge is a strong motherfucker. They'll never get him. If they get Kid Rock, I'd be surprised too.
You know who Ted Nugent is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like music.
Oh, that's nice. What kind of music?
No, he knows like a bunch of old music.
Okay, so it's not just EDM?
No. But like when the EDM shit plays old music, he's like, he'll know the song.
Right. Just remember Jay says he likes music. But is it Jay music or is it real music?
Oh, punchy right now.
No, I like old music. Yeah, I grew up on that classic rock. It stemmed from that classic rock, and then either going back further or forward. I just love classic rock. That's weird.
I like rock.
I'm about to say, I grew up with a lot of old music because of my grandpa. It's all he would listen to, so I just have that knack for just listening to it all the time. One genre though that is my favorite has to be soul music.
Really?
I love soul
bass
music.
voice like that.
Yeah.
Like soul music.
I know. I would love to make soul music and If I could, shit, I'll do it. I'll give it a try.
You sound like Barry White. You ought to just fucking try it.
Fuck it, hey.
Just do a faceless YouTube channel with you in a mask or something. And
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Start
fuck
doing
it.
bro. I'm
sure he's got
Just
those.
fucking hook me up with some cash when you get flushed. Like,
No, I'll do.
It's a great
I got
idea.
You
you.
haven't had a choir in your school, the same base.
I did choir.
did you?
Yeah, I did choir since middle school.
My oldest son was really good at choir too.
Yeah.
Let's see, there you go. You already got the practice down.
Yeah.
If it wasn't falsetto. So, make it YouTube. All you gotta have is a microphone and a P4 Zoom.
I have an extra one you could buy.
Oh yeah.
I bought two. Yeah, I just kept it.
But yeah, I do want to start making content because my
I know I got
dream,
too much money.
my dream is to do voiceover, but I don't want
Really?
to start. Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Well, I gave your number to that one friend of mine that one time, but I mean, he probably would have to actually hear you talk.
Well,
You know?
you make content,
Oh yeah,
and then but you gotta just read a book.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
for
Just
sure.
sit there and read a book on YouTube. That might work.
Like a lot of when I'm stoned and watching YouTube, I go down this rabbit hole, watching people play this Baldur's Gate video game that I like, but they have their own script that they've written, and they tell a whole story. And this one guy's voice is really cool, and that's just like listening to him tell a story. So I could definitely see if you told the story with that voice, I'll tell you that.
I'll make a couple of videos.
Do you mean, are you talking about like when a bitch does her makeup and then is like telling a murder story at the same time? Basically like that?
Except this was video game.
So it's about the video game, but their own story?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay,
kind of
okay.
I mean those kind of games are the adventure games, like D&D.
Yeah.
And so all those have a campaign. So basically, it's their own it's their own version.
Well, I've seen videos where people are talking, just telling a story about what the fuck ever, and it's just video gameplay happening, and I'm just like,
Yeah, those.
fuck?
What I don't like about those is the repeating video
It
games
is,
for free.
yeah,
So
yeah,
those
yeah.
free ones that just as a maze or something.
Yeah.
All the time. I don't like that. I like watching like a movie.
Well, I didn't watch the video at all, but I was just like, oh, okay.
But you could just sit there and read.
That's another thing
Today
that's
we're going to read.
popping off is commentaries with just the video games in the background and just talking about whatever controversies is happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's
Yeah.
similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
reaction.
gonna start recording gameplay of us playing Fortnite and then just like talk about fucking whatever bullshit
That's how they're
going
doing it,
on.
That's-
right?
yeah,
That's how
that's what-
streamers are becoming streamers.
Don't
right?
talk about the game while you're playing the game. You talk about something else while
Hell
you're playing
yeah,
the
for
game.
sure.
Or you just record yourself playing the game for an hour with no audio, and then go back and read a story, and then combine those two.
Look at that, Jaime. I know what we're doing later tonight.
We're gonna start a video tonight.
Fucking
Try
yeah.
it. Try it.
But streamers are a whole nother thing, like Tyson and
Yeah, dude, I would like to do streaming though. I would. I would
Just
love
don't be
to.
like that.
It just seems like
No,
it's
no, no,
really
no, no, no.
weird. Like
It is.
they leave this area where like, okay, we're just playing video games, having fun, and so now they're like going around to malls with bodyguards, trolling people.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I
And, like
don't
it
get
turns into
that.
something
It's so
else. Like it's,
stupid. I would-
well, it's because you fucking enter into like a slave fucking master relationship. Like that's your fucking
Yeah.
master now.
Yeah.
Like these people that want more shit from you, that are paying your bills, that's your master.
Yeah.
And so like you just gotta keep going. Yeah.
The views
Uh-huh.
and then that's how they score like Tyson at, how he scored like Kevin Hart, all these
Oh,
different
yeah.
artists and actors. They just come in and sit with them on the stream.
I heard this fucking this fucking comment somebody made about Conor McGregor in Roadhouse, and I think it was Conor himself said it, but it was like 50 million eyes were on me, and then I realized, oh, it is like about literally having eyes on you for those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like how many eyeballs can I get on me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like that's views. You know, it's just
And
like
it's
that.
about your chat, because you'll set up your gaming monitor,
What do we think about that chat?
and you'll have a vertical monitor instead of a regular monitor, turn vertical.
Oh, really?
Vertical
Is that how they
monitor.
do it?
And with all your chat, and they'll be like, well, I got my TikTok live, I got my Instagram live, and I got my Twitch live.
That's exactly what they do. They fucking go all live on different screens.
Yeah.
Press record, and while they're streaming, and then they'll talk to their chat, and they'll blend their chat into their screen. So other people, after the recording, after the whole stream is over, and they edit it down to an hour and a half, and put that on YouTube for you to watch.
And it's those same people that'll be like, boycott Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They're like boycott boycott.
I don't, you know,
Starbucks.
then people pay money on their stream, like, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you money
And they don't do shit.
Yeah.
for playing a video game.
I know.
That's why there's such a money grab, because people are like, oh, people got too much money. They're just giving it to stupid people like this. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. It is
Our
crazy.
No,
generation
it's-
is definitely building up the
Y'all are cooks, bro.
it's basically how to make money the quickest way possible,
Yeah.
doing the
That's
least
why-
amount of work, and that's why our generation isn't going out there and working. Because it's fucking YouTube and streaming
Yeah.
and all
Well,
that.
my 5-year-old, I asked him what do you want to do. He's like a gamer or a streamer. That's what he's told me. I'm just like, where the fuck did you even learn that? I'm not talking about that.
It's better, you know,
Yeah.
YouTube, you know, gaming, other people gaming, you know. It's going to be that way until all y'all die from, you know, not working.
Yeah, if something happens,
Yeah, and then, I mean, OnlyFans is going to make it to where nobody, you know, no woman ever works
They
again.
don't really make that much money though.
No,
That is true.
but there's that dream.
Yeah.
Most
yeah,
streamers
okay.
don't make any money either.
Yeah.
They have to stream on their days off.
Yeah.
You know, only 1%, you know, actually make a livable income.
Yeah.
But it's that hope, it's that gamble.
Well, they get their money from sponsors.
Mhm.
Like the outside, not from like Twitch. They'll like get sponsors from
Yeah.
other products, and that's their income.
Right.
And that's
But
how
you have to have those views.
they flash all the
Yeah.
shit that they get.
You know what? A good night's sleep is really important because they're just going to their mattress fucking sponsorship.
Yeah.
I know.
So OnlyFans, I
That's
mean,
what they
until
sponsor.
people stop buying OnlyFans, then they won't ever stop buying OnlyFans.
Never.
I don't get the point of
I don't
OnlyFans
understand
either.
how, you know, who does it? Who buys OnlyFans stuff?
My brother.
Because it's
Are you serious?
Probably.
Okay.
He does have a little bit of a problem.
I mean,
Dude.
I never understood why you give women money for webcam stuff that you can watch. I mean, eventually, if you want to just watch it, eventually we'll do this stuff for free anyway.
Well, I think part of the appeal for some of these really lonely people is that you get text messages.
Yeah.
You
That
get
is
like
true,
all kind of
yeah.
stuff gets sent to you, and so
You
you
get
kinda,
personal videos,
You kind
yeah.
of like get caught up in the lie. You know what I mean? Of
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's
this
fucking
yeah.
Yeah, because like what they
Yeah.
do is they
Keeping
like
yourself.
a lot of them offer services like personal videos with your name
Yeah,
in it,
yeah,
or
yeah.
they'll do like for some reason some guys pay for dick ratings. Like they'll send.
Yeah,
a
no,
dick
I've heard of
rating,
that. I've
and the
fucking
girls will
heard
be
that.
like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, your dick." I'm like, "Are you serious? Why the fuck are you
Wow.
paying for that, dude?"
Yeah, my girlfriend's sister used to do that shit, and she's like, she on her thing she would tell my girlfriend how she's doing like dick ratings for free tonight and shit like that, and I was just like, that's crazy, dude.
Like,
You
how
get into it
dare-
for that. Like, you could go.
I mean, but I get it because you are curious as a man. You're like, is this a good dick? Like,
Well, yeah.
you know, like, so like, and so that for me, the way I figured it out was I had to go plow a bunch of bitches, like, to find
Right.
out where I
Right,
stood. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And most of them are probably lying to you.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I get it. I understand it. But I don't know. I feel like you should find that one out the old way.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that.
No,
dude.
dude.
Like, I'm
What
not-
you do is you leave your everything accidentally out after you go to the bathroom at the bar. And
Is your dick open? Like, you know, big dick on your other phone?
and just walk around your dick out at the bar. And,
Oh.
what the reactions are. If they're pointing and laughing, you got a small.
I can't do that no more, dude. I can't even go to the club. My shit starts shining.
Yeah, you got.
Got my bling
Oh,
bling,
I was like,
boy.
what are you talking about? I'm gonna laugh awkwardly.
Shiny penis.
Hell yeah.
I've got jewelry in there.
Who pierced it?
Something.
Ew.
Ew.
You wanted a dude to do it?
Nah. I remember one time those 5 dudes came in. She's like, "Dick piercings for everybody," and they were like, "Yeah." I said, "But I'm the piercer." No. So my girlfriend is German, and she works at a catering company for the Texas A&M. And so she's, you know, they're training a new employee because they just hired people from the school here. And she got a company, and this one lady was complaining. She told me to use a different oven. And she goes, "Well, yeah, these are my ovens." She goes, "Yeah, it's all about size." She goes, "I don't care. I mean, these are my ovens, and these are only going to use them." Ray, her boss, was like, "Yeah, she's right. That's her station. Those are her ovens. You just don't, you know, you got to go use those." And Patty was all proud. And I go, "Wow, a German that protects her ovens." And she just looked, "What?" I I said, dude, I'm just saying, a German was protecting the really good ovens. What was the other employee? What race was she? I don't want to talk about it.
That's so stupid.
What you got? You got some notes?
Nah.
2 pages.
No, this is the one from last week, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
The usual?
No, I can't remember. That's been 3 weeks ago, and I was pretty fucked up. We were both fucked up that day.
I think so.
We were pretty strong.
Was my brother here?
Last one.
He came in, right? He was brought me.
Yeah, I think so.
I was all fucked up.
There's a Dallas bar that has vibrator races. If you're like, you're some derby car races that are wooden, and they sit down and they sit. They have the same fucking racetrack set up at a Dallas bar, and you turn the vibrators on, and they sit down and they take bets about which one's going to vibrate down to the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you old guys really had the world all figured out, didn't you? We're all sitting over here bitching about these young kids. Look what these old
Right.
guys are doing.
But they had to put in this article that they weren't previously used.
Oh, right.
They bought the vibrators for this purpose.
Oh, okay. Thank God. That's why I was worried.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Shit, man.
Did I ask last time about would you be a crime scene came up?
Yes.
Yeah. JR, has anybody ever died in front of you?
Not in front of me, no. No, but I have had a lot of deaths in my family.
You've never seen it happen.
But I've never seen it happen, no.
So the only time you've seen a dead body is like in a funeral home?
Yeah.
Casket?
Yeah.
What did you think when you saw the dead body? Like, what was your first thought?
Dude, I don't know, man. It's just... I'll do the most recent one. Because it's the same regardless. It just never feels real.
Like what? The body?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel real. Like, I look at it and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
there's no life in that body.
It's not the same, right? It's not the same.
Like, if you look at it, it's almost like it's them, but it's not
No,
them.
it's not. They're not there anymore.
You know?
Yeah, they're gone.
Like, it just like, it doesn't matter how close you are to the body, because I'll stand over and look, right? But you don't feel like that like it's you don't feel that
They're not
connection
there.
anymore.
No,
It's
they're,
just-
yeah.
it's
They're not there.
no
It's gone.
presence.
Yeah, there's no presence. It's just gone.
It's wild, right?
It's such an indescribable feeling.
It's
It
like
really
that
is.
right there should just tell you how special fucking life is.
Oh, yeah.
Right? 'Cause I've seen like
100%.
multiple dead bodies, and like of people that like my first one was my grandma. She was alive. I left. I mean, she was barely hanging on, but like she's like walking around the room all morphined out. But like a few hours later, like my grandpa called me, and I'm sitting at the tattoo shop at a table like this, and he tells me he's crying, and so I go, okay, and I tell everybody there at the tattoo shop, and I said it's so cold, and I stood up, and I remember Courtney was there, and he goes, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine, and I just left, you know what I mean? But when I got there, and I had seen bodies before that, but it was just like, she was not there anymore. And then when I watched my mom leave her body, that was probably the most magical thing I've ever seen. I was just like, oh shit, like, cause you can't see that soul leaving, but that motherfucker goes out through that breath. And like, and
No, you feel it, yeah.
it's just gone, like, and it's just like, oh shit, it's just a shell. And it's just like, there's something so special about life. Something so special. It's not just this cold and dry thing that they try to make you think it is. You know what I mean? Oh, you're here, you're gone. Oh, no. There's something way deeper there. Something special.
That's how you can tell that person has never seen death before.
Yeah.
At that
Yeah.
level.
And they say things like that or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yep.
I've seen a couple of different
Couple, huh?
Yeah.
Probably a couple hundred.
I felt a lot of hands of people who took that last breath.
Yeah,
So.
I think that breath is so special. And it's so funny because like I had that experience, you know, and then I've told you this multiple times about some of these books that I read. And it's like I'll read something in these books that like these ancient, you know, knowledge, this ancient, you know, text, and I'll read something about life or death in there, and I just go, I know that. Like I know this experience, and I know this. And so it's like it's just so reaffirming for me. I can't remember exactly what I was about to say now, but about the soul. And like so I was reading this Manly P. Hall book, and he's talking about the soul like being seated in the heart, and that like that's where the king of the house really lives. And that I guess in earlier times they worshipped the blue dwarf, and like that blue dwarf is supposed to be the flame, the eternal flame that's within your heart. And like in this esoteric book, you know, I mean, it gets kind of wacky. You have to like have a little bit of an imagination and an open mind just to even like let this shit be plausible. But it is like talks about how there's like a road up to the top of the skull also. So it's like he's saying basically your soul leaves through your breath, which I've seen, and it also leads through the top of your head, and like a door in your head, basically, is what it said.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, that's so fucking interesting. But like, when I read it, I was just like, I've seen it. You know, I've seen my mom's soul leave. I saw it. There's nothing on this earth that is like that last breath. Like, to me, I don't know. You've seen them, you know, the last breath, like where they like it's a different breath, right? It's just a different.
I've been sitting with a husband, you know, while his wife was in another room, and he was just like, you know, she's gone. Go up and go check, and yeah, she's gone. So I just felt relief.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that was pretty moving.
It's dope. It's so dope.
In that line of work that you do, seeing death like that on a daily basis, how do you think that affects you, or have affected you over the years?
Well, it made me appreciate life. And you know, there's a lot of times, you know, you tell people, even nurses, while working in hospice, and a lot of them, I can't do that, because we have this innate, you know, this human thing, like we want people to get better, and for you know, but so to be a successful hospice nurse and successful agency, like my boss has been there, you know, my boss has been a hospice nurse for almost 20 years. You have to have it in you that it's not the end all. It's not, you know, and you have to have the constitution to be able to explain to people what's going to happen, what end of life looks like, so they don't freak out and send mom to the hospital at 98.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. I don't know. There's just, you know, over the last 5-6 years, it makes you think a lot, and I never, you know, like my granddad died on hospice, you know, before I was a hospice nurse, but I was still a nurse. Being a nurse actually helps, but I mean, I had a friend, you know, who was a family friend, you know, that knew me since I was a small child. He ended up on hospice with Lou Gehrig's disease. And he was, you know, he lived like in my neighborhood, so he was my patient. This won't ever happen again at our agency, but I took care of him all the way to the point of death. And his wife would, you know, she stopped talking to me after that.
Wow.
She had a hard time with it.
Oh, I bet she did.
You know,
Yeah.
but she thought that I convinced her to take him off the respirator.
Oh.
He wasn't breathing anymore. That was breathing for him. But I mean, you know, I had to make a decision and convinced her to make a decision, and she got upset. But it taught me a lot about myself and what I was able to go through. And now when I tell other people, and they're like, you know, well, my mom's in hospital, like, well, you're not going to be her nurse. Or, you know, my best friends, I'm sure, like, you know, whenever somebody, you know, close to them comes on service, I wouldn't let, you know, that person, that staff member be that person's, you know, immediate nurse like I was with that individual.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I learned about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know one thing from talking to your boss, and that she's like, because I've explained how important I think that process is. Like I think there, like some people are like, we were talking about pushing the button to kill yourself the other day, right?
Yeah.
You know, and like I think that's just the wrong fucking way, because like I think that there's something really special that happens while you're laying on that bed starving. I really do. Like while your body's shutting different things down, I think something special is happening there. I don't know what, but like I've seen it through two people that were like that fucking brought me into this world, and like
transcendent.
Yeah, it's just something special happens, and like so, you know, like Trey's like, I'm gonna kill myself in the woods and shit like that. But he you know, I remember talking about that, right? You never heard him say that?
No.
He always talks about when we can't find him one day, just go looking, like because he always talks about that shit. He's like, I'm just gonna kill myself one day, and like so that's why the other day I was like, if you ever go missing, I just kind of already know. You remember that? When we were talking about that, and I was like, and that's what I was saying. It's like I already know that motherfucker's gonna kill. That's why we didn't have to say it out loud what we were talking about, because he knew and I knew we were on the same subject, you know. And I just think you're gonna deny yourself something special there. I think there's something really important about fucking laying in that fucking bed and just fucking rotting away,
or just dying naturally.
Yeah,
you know,
I just think there's something really. Yeah, I think
it's
there's something really important about that process.
Yeah.
So like I don't want to miss that. I don't want to be robbed of that. You know, I think, but I feel like everybody should have their own thing, If you want to fucking get in the thing and press a button, bye. Like, see you.
It's your choice.
It's you, But I definitely want to lay there and suffer.
Because you're a masochist.
Something.
Something.
I mean, I was tell you about the time me women smell my fart at the office.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
JR really hadn't heard it.
Yeah, run that back.
It's probably on a podcast we took down anyway. So,
Probably. Well, my office is, it's on the. Well, my office is on.
Hold on. He makes these fucking brownies
Right.
that they get you stoned, right? And then when you fucking fart or you take a shit, it's just like you get a second smell of that weed.
Okay.
Is this one of those days though?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the bathroom, my office is on one side of the building, and the main bathroom on that floor is on the other side of the first floor, and you have to walk across the lobby. And so I'm walking across the lobby. I get, sit in my office and get the bubble guts, and so I stand up and start going and I go down there, and as I'm walking, I get that bubble, and I go in, and the door's locked. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm just kind of doing that. I got a poop dance, and then I walk back to my office. As I'm walking, I get the walking parts. And it just kind of. Now, as Jay has kind of explained, what my diet consists of. Plus, along with that, is beef and vegetables, things that just make your gut good. And then you get the bubble guts. You know that something, this wind is passing over a turd. I just kind of, but I was like, I felt better. I said, I'm just going to go to my office. That was just, non-emergent. And so I go back to my office, and I couldn't even sit down. Because when I did this, as I'm walking back, I hear that bathroom door open. But I just keep walking and walking. And I hear, Barry, can you come out here? I'm like, oh, shit. So I walk out of my office, and go to the lobby, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, what's up? And I'm going to have to stand up for this. And that's where I'll fall down.
Demonstration, okay.
So these two individuals, they're standing there in their power poses. And they're like, do you smell gas? I'm like, no, I don't smell. I'm acting like, I'm smelling, but no, I don't smell anything. And then this one, she goes, like she did the power intersect, when you can't read. No, I think it's kind of fading. I still kind of smell something. And she, I smell it more over here, where that person, kind of goes. And I'm standing like, oh my God, I got to take shit, because it's coming back and I'm bubbling. No, I don't smell anything. And so I move and I'm starting to walk back to my office. I kind of get the walking parts again, and I sit down and she goes, I think it's back.
Like Barry hates these bitches. Like
I don't hate.
I know.
I don't hate another human.
Just hate talking to them.
Yeah, they are people to work with. I just thought that was funny. I made two women smell my farts.
They were getting into it too.
Yeah, they were like,
they were both hands on their hips and just bending over at the waist and breathing all the way up.
Dude, that reminds me. I shat my pants like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, me too, bro. Go on.
It was like 3 in the morning. I was on my phone, I was just watching YouTube, couldn't sleep, bro. I don't know. I had a fucking fart, dog. I know, I was on my bed. I had a fart. I was like, damn. So I let it rip. But something fell off, It was one of like those like
hot ones.
Yeah, and I was like, man, damn. I was like, that was a fucking hot fart, I stood up. I was like, I don't know, something. I was like, something feels weird, man.
You know what it is.
Dude,
playing around.
Bro, I
Something feels odd.
I took off my pants. Dude, I was mad as fuck.
I get mad too.
Dude, no, it was good. I woke up my sister. I was like, I knocked on her door. Genesis. She's like, what? Can I come in? I was like, yeah. So, why are you waking me up? I shat my pants, and she starts crying. Like she literally.
How old is she?
13. She just starts crying, and I was like, dude, Bro.
Crying, laughing?
Yeah. What do you want me to do?
I like how you decided to share it with somebody. I keep it to myself. I talk about it on a podcast, but when it happens, I keep it to myself.
Yeah, rather than put it on a story.
Bro, you remember that time I fucking took off running to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay, I had shit myself that day. That's what happened when you see me. I had just I was standing here and I seen you come in the door and I was like, I can push out this fart. And I pushed out this fart and it was not a fucking fart. And I was like, that's why I had to take off running. I know.
I was like,
so I ran in there and I didn't have any spare shorts here, so I just fucking took off my pants and fucking washed them in the sink. I sat here in wet pants the whole podcast. And remember I was like, who farted? Remember I was like, who farted? And you guys were both like, not us, motherfucker. And I was like, whatever. It's not me.
you pinned it on one of us. I was like, okay.
I don't even know when I rock farted.
It was you then. I got all the poop out of my pants. It wasn't me.
When I rock farted, it's like one of those,
I'm clean.
It's like one of those bag of leaves that kids jump on.
Yeah. It just happens though. You just be like, you just think you trust that fart and you can't. Especially with the meat. If you're eating all meat.
No. Ever since that day, bro, I've been like, every time I feel something, I'm like,
don't play with it.
I never trust a fart no more, dude.
Yeah.
I don't fucking trust that shit no more.
In my 20s, working in prison, you fart. What are you barking for, dick?
Yo, what?
That's crazy. I don't remember farting in prison, but I know that's like I never heard anybody say anything like that though. But
right. Where they put you at, dog?
I was in a psychiatric prison.
Okay.
He's sorry. He's like, you're a crazy person. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's really not.
I know the joke next time. Next time I'll get it.
I've always said, I never start the stories out. Whenever I was a prison guard, or when I was a correctional officer, I just said back when I was in prison in my 20s, because I've been out for, since 2008 or 2009. So anyway, I just tell stories like that about shit that happened whenever I was in prison.
You tell that orange story. That's something I think about probably weekly, maybe every 2 weeks. I think about that story.
The people are that. And whenever I say I'm in an emergency room, what's the strangest thing you've seen in somebody's ass? And as a nurse, the vibrator and stuff like that. But you want to hear what I saw as a CO? Wait, you in prison? What did you? Yeah, dude. The strangest thing I saw shoved up somebody's ass was a whole orange. And I don't mean it was not pilled. I mean they put a whole orange up there, and it stayed whole according to the doctor who took it out. That's what he told us to stay.
They finessed it right in there.
I don't think there was any finesse to it because in that prison, in that psychiatric prison, they didn't have bunk beds because they would hang themselves. So it was
Right.
so multi-man cells. There's a 4-man cell, but it's very long. It was like 6 by 20. To account for all the those 4 beds. Well, we had one small white guy with 3 black guys, and that small white guy knocked on the door during the prison lockdown. And during the lockdown, you get what they call Johnny Sacks, which is a sandwich and a piece of fruit and a half pint of very warm milk and a glass of Kool-Aid. But anyway, so he's like knocking on the door, and I'm like, what do you want? What? I have an orange in my ass. Come again? I have an orange in my ass. You see it like, what do you want me to do? He goes, I have an orange up my ass. He's saying it through the, through the little part of the door, trying to get his voice, without waking the other guys up, what it looked like. I saw one of them kind of chuckle under the blanket. All right, show me. It's like, but the dude turned around and the already spread his cheeks, and there's you could see the navel part. You could see the right there, the Mongol neck. He was standing there like that. Alright, well, I guess I'll get a nurse, so I had to get everybody involved.
How do they remove it? They go through the stomach, or they cut the asshole?
I guess I didn't know. He was laying on his stomach after recovery, so they would probably get a rectal. I mean, and then they could have cut the orange probably too. I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah, you think they just cut the orange, but that's probably dangerous as hell.
Well, I don't know. They could have. I don't know what they did in surgery.
Yeah.
Where he came out of surgery, he was laying on his stomach, and the doctor said, "Yeah, the whole orange was up there." I mean, that's right. So, I mean, we all know how that orange got up there.
Yeah.
But, those other two guys, everybody stayed down. I gotta give it to them. They didn't sneak each other off or nothing.
I thought you just said he did it himself or
Yeah.
something.
He fell on it, I just thought that was funny.
That is pretty funny. I fell on it.
Right?
Well, that's always how, that's how the dildo goes up there.
Oh,
Pull
he
it in
fell
the
on
Or you use it in the shower.
Why was it there?
I woke up at a party and it was inside me. Okay.
So that's what you're gonna live with? Jesus Christ.
You woke up at a party.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it an orgy party?
I remember the first time a trans, man came into the yard. He looked like, I don't know, at 3 o'clock in the morning, and all that, but it was like, so when's your last period? And he goes, oh man, okay, so I guess never will. I don't even care.
Yeah.
You look like a girl, so I got to ask you because I'm not a twin. Yeah. So I'm just, you look like a woman, so I asked you. You like her?
Nowadays, they'll tell you, like, because apparently they have periods now.
Whenever they put frozen tomato paste up that hole.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Oh my god, and then it comes out all slow as it melts. That is so fucking extra, dude.
For no reason,
Yeah.
dude. Just to prove a point, dog.
Just hard to like. Jesus Christ. It's like hard to like them. Jesus Christ. Doing crazy. That's just a mental health issue. Like,
Yeah.
Putting frozen ketchup there. That's real? Where'd you learn that?
On the TikToks and the YouTube.
On the TikToks and the YouTube.
All the conspiracy shit that I watch. You watch those guys get on there and talk about having a period.
Yeah.
And so, of course, my fucked up brain goes to chat GPT.
Follow your algorithm for one day.
His algorithm goes hard.
It does go hard, yeah.
You gotta put that to your shirt.
I'm like so bored of my algorithm. I'm like really bored. I like to sit down at night and I'm just like, I've seen enough body cam stuff. I'm just kind of over it right now. And the murder mystery stuff. I don't know. I'm just so bored.
I just click on random things. Like, if I get, if YouTube, if my YouTube algorithm isn't going hard, I just start clicking on a lot of the random recommended and then go down to you may also like, and I just find weird shit. Purposely to find weird shit.
Like
the
tomatoes, people's asses.
That
YouTube?
Jesus Christ, that's so extra though.
A tomato
God.
kind of hard because it's not.
I am a woman now. Like you can really lying to yourself, dude. Like you just shove frozen ketchup up there and you're like.
Well, that's what I mean. It's it's that that can of tomato concentrate paste that they use for cooking. They
Freeze some real blood. You know what? That's what it should be. You should have to cut yourself open, freeze your own fucking blood, shove your own blood up there. I'll accept it.
Yeah, real blood.
I'll accept it.
A little hardcore, but it's
I'll accept
the
it.
dedication is
You
there.
bled your blood then, at least.
Right.
Not ketchup.
If only it worked that way, that'd be pretty cool. Blood doesn't freeze like that.
Yeah. What does it freeze like?
It doesn't really, that's the
Like, does it
out.
freeze?
Yeah, well, the way it freezes is all fucked up and it separates.
Yeah.
So
Really?
that's why they have to preset. Whenever you donate blood, they separate the plasma. From the
Oh, okay.
Like that.
So that's okay. So you get layers of like that.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
interesting.
Most
So you got to cut yourself a lot.
Blood dopers, they donate.
I was getting so serious, y'all started laughing. I was like,
People blood dope.
Because,
I mean, at that point, just do the tomato ketchup. Like, I'm just gonna, like...
Yeah, if you're gonna
I need
suffer.
it to be real.
How do they blood doping? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to listen
From my
to your going,
understanding,
but
the blood dopers, if you're athletes and whatnot that are blood doping, they'll take their own blood, save it, and then whenever it's time for them to perform, they'll add their blood back to them. Kind of you go donate blood
or like when these old rich people like drink baby blood or whatever, basically. Like not drink it, but they get infusions and shit.
Right, it's their own.
Yeah, I've heard it. Like,
Vampire Botox.
yeah.
So I could see them doing that, but it doesn't freeze right.
Have you ever drunken the blood from a steak? Like, so,
Yeah.
like I used to use a George Foreman grill, like when I first started cooking steaks, like years ago, right? And it has this little pan.
Oh
that,
yeah,
like,
the drip
catches
pan.
the
I have one
blood.
of those. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I would just, it's like the greatest thing I've ever tasted. Like it tastes so fucking good to me that like if I could find the right farmer, I'd be like, hey, can I just give you like a gallon of blood? Like, you know what I mean? I think you would just boil it and then fucking drink it. Like I'm telling you, it's fucking delicious. Dude.
At a little bit at a time. It just if you drink it like a
How much?
if
That's
you
too
start
much?
like, yeah, this
Okay.
is way too much.
Yeah, I don't think I can drink all that. Maybe like how much water's in there?
No, that'd still be dangerous.
Really?
Those people,
Dangerous.
like those people who play vampire, but they'll drink, donated blood or
Okay.
each other's blood. They end up with, stomach poisoning, like, shit like that.
From what?
The iron.
Oh wow, no shit. Okay.
Oh, it's basically just not your
Keep
own.
drinking it off the steaks, I guess.
Yeah, that's just a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's been out, like, the steak has been out,
Yeah.
So the blood has had time to coagulate and, kind of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so you
usually
get
it's like
it
a
up,
weird.
it's already broken down. A lot of the iron's already broken down. But just straight, blood to blood to mouth. You're looking at metal poisoning.
Okay. Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. Damn. That's neat. Good thing you're here.
Right. So
Blood now.
your plans to find a local farmer.
Yeah, it's not happening now.
Not happening anymore.
Well, I mean, even with cannibalism, that's why you got to cook the meat. You can't just eat it raw.
Well, yeah. That's wild though.
Speaking of that, you call it, how you call it? It's called long pig.
Sick.
What?
A human, if you're going to cook a human, they call it long pig.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so every time I'm on Facebook, I'm being all stupid, like a troll. And somebody's like, what's your favorite thing to cook? Or what is, favorite thing, what can you order? Anything has to do with food, I'll always put long pig.
Mm-hmm.
And
How many people get it?
Sometimes, that's what 90% of the time is people just pass over
Yeah.
because it's usually having one of those adult, one of those like Daily Wire,
Yeah.
or those stupid, one of those food article places. But every once in a while you'll see something, like I'll say it and somebody will thumbs up it or somebody will react to it, and of course that bumps it up on the algorithm. And so there's been twice now I've done it in the last year that it gets like 1,000, because people notice it and think it's hilarious.
You know one thing I like to do? So like I like to get into my Reddit, and when I created my Reddit, I was just like following a lot of girls that would post their fucking. I mean now they're like OnlyFans models basically,
Yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that. But like they would be like Texans gone wild, or it'd be like Mom's gone wild, or like shit like that. And so like I followed a lot of these pages in my early Reddit career, and so like when I log into my Reddit now, it's like a lot of that shit's still there, and so like I just will troll on them bitches. She'll be like, am I too loud now? She'll be like, one thing you could change about my body, and it'll be like her boobs out, her pussy's out, and everything, and I'll go, your face. Or one word, and I'll be like, plastic. Like I was just like, so that's like, I really found like pleasure in trolling those people for some reason.
Yeah.
Because everybody in there is just like, oh my god, baby, you're so beautiful, and I just go through there
Yeah,
just shitting on those people.
Yeah.
I'm just like shitting on them. Oh, your
Yeah,
fucking underwear is terrible. Like, like the most petty shit I can think of.
Yeah, the ask me anything, questionnaires or some hot visual post. Ask me anything. Which
What do you do? What do you ask them? Fuck, I'm on the spot.
whatever comes to my head.
Yeah.
Usually I'll troll them with something. I like I got a lot of likes off this one that you guys ever seen it where they like this like they'll put a Jesus here and his arm coming out, but it becomes your hand, that kind of thing.
They're jacking you off now?
Yeah. Hey, Jesus jacked me off. However, and that was getting some laughs. I said, well, that's better than him just hanging there doing nothing. I got a lot.
Yeah.
And then I follow a lot of, not a lot, but I do follow some right-wing Christian type pages because I like to learn, like what I'm defending against. And every once in a while I forget which page I'm fucking replying to. And so they were posting about how, if we're going to hold, who are we to follow a criminal? We won't hold accountable or something. And I made some stupid thing about, was that any better than indoctrinating our kids with drag shows at the library? And I think, that was on a left-wing page that was posting about Trump and why they want the Christians won't hold them accountable. And I said, is that better than the Democrats when they do drag queen library time? And dude, that went probably 2,000 or 3,000 reactions or something, before I just finally turned off notifications.
Yeah.
Because people are mad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on both sides. Like I had some supporters, and then people arguing with them, like, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not getting into an argument.
That's what I mean. I like the little dopamine reaction. Yeah. And then I turn, but after a while, you're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And people are going hard. I just turn this shit off.
Yeah, they will. They get crazy.
Yeah, because you get all brave behind the screen.
Yeah, you can't get punched in the face.
Exactly.
I've been threatened so many times.
Yeah.
Before you come at me, look at what's on my profile picture, and I see a half picture of you and some little girl you're with. Is that your daughter or your date? Because I'm not sure these days.
Jenny's dad one time was like, he was telling me about it, and I didn't really understand what was happening. He was just telling me about some interaction with somebody, and he's like, I told that motherfucker, whatever. And he's telling me the story, and then he goes, and like all in the same story, and he goes, and that's why I changed my profile pic. And I was like, oh, okay, because I had noticed he changed his profile pic, and it's like him standing up to the side, kind of doing this with his arm down.
Flexing.
Yeah. And he the caption was like, stupid motherfucker, fuck with me, blah blah blah, whatever. And I was like, I thought it was so fucking funny. And then I started telling Jennifer about it, and she goes, "Oh, is that why he did that?" He's like made my mom take that photo for him. And I was like, "Yeah, he got into it with somebody and wanted to show them how badass he was, so they would fuck off."
Oh, wow.
And I was like, "Oh yeah." But he's always on his fucking computer, and I had to explain to him one day, we probably talked about this before, but he was telling me when that freeze happened, we were in his garage and we were getting stoned, right? And I hadn't been stoned in weeks. And so we're in the garage, so I get fucking high real quick. And he's like, me and my best friend, we don't even fucking talk no more. He's like, we are the exact same on everything until it comes to politics. And he goes, and then we're the complete fucking opposites. And I go, dude, that's what they want. I go, you two, you just sat here and said you would die for him. You literally just told me you would die for that guy. You love him. But you let this divide come between you over politics. I was like, that's exactly what they want. They don't want you motherfuckers dying for each other, fighting them. That's the last thing they want. So they're dividing you guys. And he was just I see that it clicked, and then he's like, man. But it clicked for a second. And then I had to tell him another time, I go, propaganda swings both ways, dude. Yeah. It goes both ways. I was like, so, it's not just the left that does propaganda. I was like, it's the fucking right too. They're all doing propaganda on you. And he's just like,
it's all a game. It's all a
for
game.
Sure. They don't want us to be friends. They don't
want
us to know each
I
other.
never understood that. How some people genuinely let religion, politics get in the way.
I did it with my dad's sister. We got into it because I was like, COVID's a bunch of bullshit, and she's like, my fucking friend's dad died, and I just quit fucking talking to my aunt. You know what I mean? And I recently apologized to her the other day because my uncle died, on my dad's side or whatever, and they live in Kansas City. They don't come down here to visit, and we don't really go up there. But I just told her, I was just like, hey, I'm so sorry that I let politics get in between us. And that was years ago. But it did,
Yeah.
You're right. It's fucking. It will get in between everything, and you'll just let it happen.
It's really, and it's not something that needs to happen either.
I actually wrote this down. I would rather just let everybody be wrong, and if that means no drama.
Yeah.
With me, I'd rather, because I love to talk. I love people enough that I don't want to argue with them.
Uh-huh.
If I'm actually having a conversation with somebody and they're passionate about whatever the fuck they're passionate about, even if I don't agree with it, I'm just excited somebody's excited to talk to me. You're wrong, but let's just see how deep this goes, because I need some shit to talk about.
Yeah, my customers will tell me shit sometimes, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm just like, okay. All right.
What I like is, if somebody starts saying something that's really outlandish to me that I don't grasp, or I'm just agreeing with them, I act like really, tell me more about it, and it just gives me a chance to practice conversating. Because I just let it go on out there, but I learned to read body language that way. I learned how, because I didn't, there's a lot of shit I didn't know about, how to tell when somebody's closed off versus open up to you, and how to get somebody to go from closed off to open up. I got so much better at that by just acting like I gave a shit what they were talking about.
You have to, but I mean, in some way you do care. right? Like a little bit, you know what I mean? Like
Well,
they're another human, so you're like,
yeah.
I care a little bit. You don't have
Maybe
to.
I learned something, But
Yeah, you don't have to keep to retain the information.
Right, I'm not gonna go vote for your guy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you. Oh yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. Keep talking.
I do that. I tend to do that a lot. Like I just let people talk. I'm like, that kind of reminds me. I did this to my friend Sebastian once on that FaceTime call. It's like 4 a.m. We had school the next day too. I don't know why we did that. He was going on about like aliens, like his theory about aliens and shit. And I just got so bored. I got so bored. I was like, oh yeah, dude, that's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I started beating it on FaceTime.
Oh my god.
without him knowing. He's just going on about.
You had, like the fucking point of the ceiling.
Yeah, he's just going on. He's going on about aliens and shit.
You know, are you right-handed, left-handed when you masturbate? Because I'm in the ambidextrous.
Right-handed.
All right, so you're right-handed. So the phone's in this hand.
Correct.
Were you looking at him while you were doing it?
There were some moments where I'll pick up the phone. He's like, "Are you listening?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Next time, look at him the whole time, and then concentrate to make sure he doesn't notice. Your goal is to make sure the other person doesn't know you're doing it while you're doing it, and all the way to finish. And if you can do that, then you've mastered kind of a meditation master day. I think you might be good.
And you're like looking at your friend getting that. You might go gay after that. You just fucked up your whole system.
My mind's fucked up anyway. Like
obviously.
And stories like that as to why I do not go on FaceTime. We're all victims of that. The whole
really?
Victims of that
I
shit.
have a real problem.
Dude, he's not even safe because I did it on Fortnite one time, dog.
Dude,
While you're playing?
this fucking guy, dude.
Are you just dying the whole time, or you like still fucking like shooting?
No, he'll go like, I'll go into one building and then he'll stop like because we have to follow the storm, and he'll stop and I'm like, what are you doing back there? And he's quiet. He's quiet. He doesn't say anything.
actually, so he doesn't have what I have.
Who?
JR.
What do you have?
The auto suck thoughts out.
Oh yeah. Like you don't have to stop playing your game.
You can just,
I might have to buy one of those if I'm going to keep that. Because
Oh,
I might have to buy one of
there's several
those.
kind of male masturbators you can get off team. You know.
That's
That's what you have to look under.
I understand.
If we're on any call,
Never heard the words put together.
You know, if bitches get all these vibrators and dildos, men deserve the same
You're
thing.
right.
I 100% agree. I 100%
You know,
agree.
they don't get shamed. They get, they have parties. They have.
What did you just talk about? You let your friends talk, or when people talk about shit, you just like, you're right. Yeah, don't argue back. Yeah. See, look at me working. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. Yep, you're sure right.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna talk. I mean, like, you know, you guys want to jerk off? Jerk off. That's great.
Well, he'll talk about it later. I can't believe you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, later on, I'm gonna be like, oh, I can't believe those guys, losers, beating off. And then I'm still gonna see you and be like, hey guys, yeah. Right? If I thought like that about you, I wouldn't keep hanging out with you. You act like I never jerked off before. I know what it's like to be in the throes, in the throes of touching on your temple.
Yeah, there has automatic male masturbators that you can buy attachments, belts and whatnot to keep it on. I don't use those because they don't make them for all this shit. They don't make them for fat guys.
Oh,
man.
man.
I totally see that working for
I'll be a dude. The second I get a hold of it, I'll be a pro gamer, dog. I'm
Dude,
saying,
all you need to do is bust out your Amazon right now. It's like $20.
They are cheap.
It's just a penis pump basically, and they come with like so I bought a penis pump, right? And but I didn't buy it for the same purpose. I bought it for exercise only.
Okay.
But it comes with this thing. Oh, I really did. Okay, anyway, don't believe me. Fine, I don't give a fuck. I'm not jerking off. Anyway, but it comes with this like fleshy thing, like that goes inside of it. It looks like a little butthole, dude, right? You got one of those? No. You have none of these things?
You never heard of a fleshlight?
I have one. I have one of
But
those.
Well, imagine a fleshlight with mechanical robotic.
Yeah, it's like a penis
Right,
pump with a
yeah,
fleshlight,
yeah.
right? And
Okay.
like, so I had that little part, and I was just like, oh my god, I couldn't believe this thing. And so like, I was like, let me try that out. And like, I wasn't because like I'm not like I don't fucking jack off. Like I haven't jacked off in a long time. I don't remember the last time. I still bust a nut every now and then, but I try to keep it to a minimum. Just something I'm trying. Just something I'm trying for like a year now.
Yeah.
And I was like not busting a nut at all, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna die if I don't fucking bust a nut. So, and Barry was like, you need to make sure you bust a nut. And so, so I tried this thing one time, and I was like, just tried it for a few seconds, and I was like, holy fuck, because it almost made me nut. My girlfriend she got all jealous when I told her about it. She's like, and I was like, why? And she's like, I don't know.
But they call us insecure. We get jealous of their big black chainsaw.
Yeah, and that's what I thought.
That's what I'm saying.
Really funny. I
Like,
thought it was really funny because Jenny's like, that's why I like Jennifer though, is because she will admit things. Like she will admit things that we know to be a truth. We're like, no, women, you know, this and that, like, and she'll just be like, yeah, it made me jealous, and like most of them would be like, well, why did you get jealous? You know, why did you get jealous of vibrator, you know, or whatever? And it's like, she gets it. That's why I like her. But like I was just like, oh my god! And I think I came up here and I told Barry about it, and Barry's like, see. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Cause like I put it on for a few seconds, and I was just like, whoa, oh shit! Like I almost put that right away.
I gotta know though. I gotta know what exactly were these exercises that.
Well, no, like so as you get older,
Oh,
you're not like I don't jack off anymore.
Right,
I used to
right,
jack
right,
off like
right.
every day, all the time, right? So you're getting your exercise for your penis, right? Your blood is filling up, and like now, like I don't do that, and so the reason why I did it, I listened to this men's health podcast, and they were talking about like it was more like for ED. It's like it was saying if you don't fucking like use that muscle, you will lose it over time. You know what I mean? And so I was like, okay.
Scary.
Yeah, I was just like precautious, you know. I was just like, oh, let me get it. I might use it like once a month whenever she's like out of the house or something, you know. I'll be like, let me get a little exercise in real quick.
The only exercise I'll enjoy doing.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Well, the penis pump is just like it's not like really pleasurable. It's just like it swells your fucking dick up and then it just tugs on it. Like they're so powerful, it'll almost pull your balls in that thing. And like it will just keep sucking, and all of a sudden your balls go in the thing. And you're like,
your electric penis pump, you know.
And then you have to
just
fucking like,
just that, you know, that,
yeah.
You know, when I touch the side, you press the button.
But it's basically like for like men that have erectile dysfunction, it's like something they can do to start getting blood flow to it, and so it'll start getting it used to doing it again. You know, like I guess I don't know, you know, what type of men like stop fucking their wives. So I don't know. Maybe my girlfriend's a little younger than me, so like, but maybe if we were the same age, it wouldn't be that same situation. I don't know. But like I don't know what happens if people just stop fucking their wives and they need to use one. You know, but
you know, or men who don't have wives.
yeah,
you know,
okay, yeah, there we
You
go.
know, or
Yeah.
men with actual true prostate issues or
yeah.
blood flow issues, especially a lot of obese men.
Yeah.
You know, penile stretching exercises, you know, they do help.
Yeah, for sure. It's a legit tool.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
it is a muscle.
And it's not. It's like you just using the penis pump is not pleasurable.
And you're not getting, you know, you can't stretch it bigger, you know, unless you do one like the African where they tie it, like, you know, in their tribes, they'll tie the tip to, you know, their foot as they're walking.
Well, like I think I heard a doctor talk about it, and she was saying you basically have to stretch the balls too. So you have to get something that's going to pull you from behind your balls and then pull you down, and that will make your dick longer.
Yeah.
But you have to pull the balls too. So there's ways to get a bigger dick out there, you know what I mean? Like you just gotta listen to like some men's podcasts and shit, like Mark Bell's podcast.
Yeah, look, man, I love my dick. I don't know if I want to like. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Right.
He's going, I got a fun dick. Because you know the porn that you know that you're watching just warps your brain.
Yeah.
And make you think that every man, you know, has a huge dick, and then locker room bullies and, you know, bullies a kid, you know, in class, and like, why you guys treat my dick anyway?
Yeah.
And now at 48, I'm like,
soft, motherfucker.
my girlfriend likes it.
Yeah.
And it's the only one I got. It's the biggest, you know, it's the biggest one I got. So.
You just gotta accept yourself at some point.
Agreed.
And I cut a lot of penises. So you gotta put Foley's in that motherfucker all the time.
Dude, Barry's like, bro, I love you. I love this guy.
I love guys that hold penises.
Dude, like Barry is
like I got a penis, you got a hand.
That's
Hold
what,
it.
this is exactly how I imagine myself when I'm older, for sure.
Yeah,
yeah. Absolutely, dog. I'm already there. I'm already
there, man.
You gotta be willing to say the weird thing, no matter what. But you have to say it with confidence that it's not weird to you.
It's not. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you gotta talk to women like they're not gonna fuck you ever. And I mean,
This is the recipe to be a berry.
you gotta be willing to lick a girl's armpit, just let it go.
Right. That's it.
It still seems like that was pretty gross because of the deodorant.
Yeah, it was. Her whatever deodorant she had tastes horrible, but it was a dare, and I couldn't. I was like, well, if I pass it up, and I'm a pussy. So
Exactly.
I'm licking an armpit.
That's
Boom.
the truth.
Just look at straight aluminum. God damn, all the
Yeah.
shit that they put in deodorant nowadays.
Oh, it keeps people from stinking.
Yeah.
Better than using a crystal like that one dumb bitch I used to work with.
Dude, them bitches think crystals will do the job for everything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'd be like, well, you need to put some crystals between your legs. It's like, what? I said, dude, you smell like ass and fucking armpit, so away from me. I can't imagine what your patients do because you're a nurse.
Those people, they just mastered the placebo effect. That's it.
it's gotta be, because there's
Well,
no
Will you guys let
fucking
me know if
way.
I start smelling? Because I don't use deodorant.
Well, you'll turn, they turn, whenever, but it's a chronic thing with, they turn what's called nose blind. So that's why homeless people can't smell themselves. They can't smell the piss.
So they never wash it off, right?
Yeah, it's just, that's why, like, women who wear a fuckload of perfume that, as soon as they walk in, you can smell it, but they can't smell it. Because your olfactory, turns blind to it eventually. The constant exposure, over and over and over, eventually you get used to it. Diesel mechanics, when I was working on diesels, the kind where you get your fingernails all dirty, just stained hands. But I didn't, to me, I used to, it smells so bad, but eventually you just got used to it.
When did you stop wearing deodorant?
A couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah. When I found out about all the aluminum shit, and I would buy these natural ones, it just felt like sandpaper. They literally feel like sandpaper. Put them on, and then you don't really smell any better, honestly.
Not the natural ones.
Yeah. So I just kind of stopped using it altogether. It's just like.
We never wear a shirt anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, sometimes like I feel like it's not wearing a shirt that was like makes me smell. Like usually when I get in the car, my armpits will sweat in the car, and the rest of the day I'm fine.
Well, you air out.
Yeah.
But it's the guys, especially the big sweat stains that they get under the shirts. That's why I have to give anti-perspirant.
I also cut all my armpit hair off though with the clippers.
that hair makes
I
it
cut all
worse.
the hair off.
Yeah.
So that's something I've done for years. I just don't like the way the hair looks and stuff. It's gross.
That's why you don't, like I never see one under armpit shirt.
Yeah.
I'm always want the shirt.
It's just like long pubes. It's weird.
You gotta shave the pubes though.
That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna shave the pubes, but not the fucking armpit, come on, guys. What are you doing here? What are you hanging on to that hair for?
It's not spitting out my arm hairs.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I shave the pubes.
Yeah, I know.
But
But I mean, why not just go? You're just being lazy.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Yeah.
just hit your armpit. Just hit
Uh-huh.
it. You're gonna smell less.
They
Just
don't
try it.
understand you.
Just try it.
Shoot, I'm gonna have to shave
I want to
my
argue it
armpits.
to death. Just try it. See what Katja thinks. She might like it better. Just do it. Don't tell her anything. And then let's see what let's see what happens.
Hey, see, that's what I was talking about. I need something in this arm.
Yeah, I was thinking that mushroom with the crown of thorns on it
Yeah.
would be good. It'd be good for that little space.
Yeah, this space right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't even hardly see this one, especially when I go to talking too much with this hand.
Yeah.
There's something on this side.
I like that little mushroom right there, though. I mean, I was thinking about maybe some more negative mushrooms up here.
Right. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. I'll put something together with that one and the other one that I was seeing.
Cool. Start doing some of the There's some outline.
Anything else? Because we've almost had 2 hours.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like
Hour and 47.
Yeah, that should not feel like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Holy. Damn.
did it, guys.
Yeah, we did.
It's not hard, right? It's really not hard.
It's not at all.
The headphones, like for me, are like a big deal because they just put me into the conversation.
Right.
I can't be like you know what I mean?
You're also not real high either.
I'm not high at all. Yeah.
Because whenever Jay gets high, one of the reasons why I called him about it, you can hear me really good right now, right?
Yeah,
This dude will sit back and he starts talking but then he gets really quiet and he's trying to talk from way back here, and like, and then whenever you start getting, I start seeing the story, I start getting really energetic, and oh, before you could just, when you watch the video, you can just hear his voice like, oh.
I have to pay attention now. Hopefully this one goes well and we can just upload it.
I will. We just upload it, see what happens. Don't even watch it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll watch it after this.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it. We got a nice
I don't have the applause on this one.
Oh, well.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.